Hello students, hope you all doing great. So here I Gargi Pawar, Assistant Professor BBA in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. So here I'm back with an online lecture series on income tax subject. So let's start with lecture. See guys, in previous lecture we were discussing about the TDS, provisions of TDS. Okay. So in last lecture we started the next topic of your third unit, that is TDS. This is tax deducted source. Okay. We have already discussed the introduction of TDS, that what is TDS, and we have already discussed that about the TDS return. So you have to fill TDS return in you have to fill TDS quarterly, and also the date of the quarters is also given for the different kind of payment. Okay. So and one another topic which we have discussed in our last lecture, that when TDS need to be deducted. So for that there is a simple principle that the time of payment getting due or the actual payment, whichever is earlier, which date is earlier, on that date you have to deduct the tax on that payment. Okay. Yes. So इतना हम हमारे last lectures में हम कर चुके, previous lectures में हम कर चुके हैं. Okay. Now there are some kind of payments on which the date of deduction of TDS is different and the rate of TDS is different. Okay. So we will discuss some kind of payments. So first of all, let's start with TDS on salary. सैलरी पे आपको कितना TDS काटना है, कब काटना है, और इसके रिगार्डिंग सारे प्रोविजंस हमें यहाँ. So TDS on salary under section 192. So on TDS on salary, how much tax you have to be deducted? Okay. So first of all, who will be the deductor? Any person responsible for paying service salary. So the person who will pay you the service, or who will pay the service to the employees, that person will be known as deductor, and that person will deduct the tax. Who will be the deductor? Any individual and employee. The employee who is receiving that salary will be known as deductor. It may be any resident or non-resident as well. Then third is how much tax should be deducted. So जो salary income होगा उसके ऊपर कितना tax deduct करेंगे. So the rate of tax on salary which have to be deducted is 15%. Okay. So TDS कितना deduct करेंगे आप salary पे? 15%. Suppose you are paying salary 1 lakh. Okay, then you will deduct 15% tax, that is 15,000. Remaining 85,000 you will pay to your employee. Okay, but there is some conditions of 15% rate to 15% subject to the following. Exemption limit. No tax is required to be deducted at source unless the estimated salary exceeds the basic exemption limit. So जो आपकी सैलरी है वो बेसिक एग्जाम्पशन लिमिट से एक्सीड नहीं कर जाती, तब तक आपको टैक्स डिडक्ट नहीं करना है. व्हाट इज दिस पॉइंट, वी विल डिस्कस इट लेटर ऑन. फर्स्ट आप ये देखिए exempt allowances. So allowances such as leave travel concession, HRA, expense, traveling exempt as per the prescribed limit, and other purposes not forming part of salary should be deducted from total salary while calculating the taxable salary. First of all, I will recommend you ये चैप्टर पढ़ने से पहले आप आज से पहले जितने भी लेक्चर्स हो चुके, जितने भी वीडियो लेक्चर्स हो चुके, जितने भी टॉपिक हम पढ़ चुके, उन सबको पढ़कर ही ये वाला वीडियो आप देखिए. ओके, बिकॉज उन सब में जो भी चीजें आप करके आ चुके हैं इस चैप्टर में वापस अगेन एंड अगेन रिलेट करेंगे इस चैप्टर से. So if we talk about the allowances, we have already discussed allowances and we have already studied the allowances in salary head. Okay, in second lecture or third lecture, we have already discussed the allowances, and there is some allowances like leave travel concession which we have already discussed in salary head, HRA, house rent allowances, conveyance allowances, traveling allowances. These are the exempt from certain limits that we have already discussed. एग्जाम्पशन लिमिट की एग्जाम्पशन अमाउंट हम ऑलरेडी सैलरी रेट में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. उतना अमाउंट प्लस परचेसेस नॉट फॉर्मिंग पार्ट ऑफ सैलरी. तो परचेसेस जो सैलरी के पास नहीं, वो परचेसेस और जो अलाउंसेस जो एग्जेम्प्ट है, वो वाला अमाउंट आप क्या करेंगे, टोटल सैलरी other deductions such as deduction under section 80C, 80CC, 80CCD, 80CCG, 80D, 80DDE, 80DDP, 80E, and 80EE, etc. should be considered before the calculation of tax on salary. So when you will calculate the tax on salary, which you will deduct, so before the calculation of that salary, you have to deduct all the deduction in the section 80C, 80CCC, 80CCD, 80CCG, 80D, double D, double D, E, and double D. All these deductions have to less from that salary, and the remaining amount will be your taxable salary. Now, what is the deduction provided in the 80C, 80CCC, 80D, double D, DD, E, and double E? That we will discuss in the chapter later on, that is deduction under section 80C to 80. So now you have to remember that you have to less these deductions from salary. Okay, we will discuss these deductions later in the chapter of deductions. It is to 80. Okay, now what is the minimum salary? किस सैलरी तक आपको टीडीएस नहीं काटना, किस सैलरी के बाद आपको टीडीएस, मतलब आपकी लिमिट क्या होनी चाहिए, आपकी सैलरी किस लिमिट का मिनिमम लिमिट क्या है जिसके टैक्स डिडक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. So income from salary had exceeded some basic exemption limit 2,50,000, then tax has to be deducted by the employer at 15% on the amount over and above basic exemption limit. So if you pay the salary to a person above the basic exemption limit, बेसिक एग्जाम्पशन लिमिट आपकी जो सिलेबस के रेलेवेंट है, आपकी जो एग्जाम में रेलेवेंट है, दैट इज 2,50,000. ओके, तो बेसिक एग्जाम्पशन लिमिट जो आपके ऊपर एप्लीकेबल, आपके एग्जाम के ऊपर एप्लीकेबल है, दैट इज 2,50,000. करंट बजट में ये इंक्रीज कर दी गई है, 2,50,000 को इंक्रीज कर दिया गया बेसिक एग्जाम्पशन लिमिट को. बट फॉर योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, फॉर योर एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, दिस इज 2,50,000. सो इफ यू पेड salary to your employee more than 2,50,000, that is more than the basic exemption limit, then you have to deduct tax on that income. And आपको पूरी सैलरी पे टैक्स डिडक्ट करना है, 2,50,000 से जो ज्यादा है उसके ऊपर डिडक्ट करना है. So there is specifically mentioned that amount over and above the basic exemption limit. So 2,50,000 से ज्यादा जितनी भी सैलरी है उसके ऊपर आपको टैक्स डिडक्ट करना है. 2,50,000 तक आपको कोई भी टैक्स डिडक्ट नहीं करना. So let's see example. For example, the salary of Mr. A arrives at rupees 2,80,000. Now the salary of Mr. A is 2,80,000. Okay. Now should the company deduct the tax on 2,80,000? First question arises: the TDS should be deducted from company or not? It should be deducted from company or not? So answer of that question is yes. Company have to deduct the tax on that because the salary is exceeding from the basic exemption limit, that is 2,50,000. Now, second question arises: the tax will be calculated on 2,80,000 or the 30,000, which is the exceed, which amount is the exceed from basic exemption. Basic exemption limit is 2,50,000. Okay, at the salary of that person you have to pay, that is 2,80,000. Now 2,80,000 पे आपको पे करना है या 30,000 exceed करने से कुछ के ऊपर पे करना है. So here a line mentioned that amount over and above the basic exemption limit on which you have to charge 15% tax. So above कितनी है? 2,50,000 basic exemption limit. So your salary exceed by 30,000 from basic exemption limit. That's why on 30,000 you have to charge the tax, that is 15%. So on 30,000 you have to charge tax 15%. Okay. So tax which the company will deduct, that will be I think 4,500. Yes, 4,500 tax have to be deducted, and the remaining amount the company will pay to the person or to the Mr. A. Hence, the provision of TDS should address only if minimum salary is above the basic exemption limit. तो आप उन्हीं सैलरी पे टैक्स लगा सकते हैं, TDS आपको डिडक्ट करना है, which exceeds the basic exemption limit. That means basic exemption limit 2,50,000. 2,50,000 से कम किसी की सैलरी जिसके ऊपर आपको टैक्स डिडक्ट नहीं करना. Okay. So this is the provision of TDS on salary, on the payment of salary. Okay. Now let's see the next provision. Next is TDS on interest on security. If any bank or any stock exchange pays some interest on securities, then that stock exchange or the company have to deduct tax on that interest income. Now, what will be the rate of deduction. Let's see. Who will be the deductor? Any person responsible for paying interest on securities. The person who will pay the interest on that security will be the deductor and will deduct tax on that interest payment. Who will be the deductee? Any person resident only. In this case, you will on the interest on security, you will deduct tax only if you are paying that interest to resident only. And the salary TDS on salary provision applicable on resident and non-resident both. But this provision is applicable only resident. Okay, if you paying amount to resident, only in that case you have to deduct TDS. Okay, when to deduct? When you will deduct this TDS amount of interest at the time of credit to account or pay or actual payment, whichever is earlier. So जिस time आप interest इस amount interest की amount को paying के account में credit करेंगे और actual payment whichever is earlier, दोनों date में से जो date earlier होगी on that date you have to deduct the tax on that interest. Rate of interest क्या होगा? Rate of TDS क्या होगा? In the case of interest on security, that is 10%. 10% will be the TDS rate on the interest on securities paid. Now, there is some important notes. There are also some exceptions in which no TDS under section 193 will be deducted on interest. There are as follows. Okay, so there are some exemptions in which TDS will not be deducted. So see what are these exceptions. When interest on debenture is being paid by the widely held company to a resident individual or actual to account paying check, and such interest amount is up to 5,000 only. Other, if you are paying the interest on debenture to any individual or actual through account pay check or through account pay check, in that case, if the amount of interest is up to 5,000 rupees, then in that case no TDS will be deducted. No tax will be deducted on that interest income. अगर आप किसी पर्सन को इंडिविजुअल को या एचयूएफ को अकाउंट पे चेक के थ्रू इंटरेस्ट का पेमेंट कर रहे हो और वो इंटरेस्ट का अमाउंट 5,000 से एक्सीड नहीं करता, मैक्सिमम अप टू 5,000 है, तो आपको कोई भी टीडीएस डिडक्ट नहीं है. ओके, if debentures have been issued by listed company but debenture is in the physical form, then no TDS interest up to 5,000. If debenture has been issued by listed company but debenture is in physical form, then no TDS will be deducted up to 5,000 rupees. So if the debenture is issued by any listed company and these debentures are in physical form, okay, then in that case, if you paid interest amount of these debentures, then up to 5,000, if the interest is rupees up to 5,000, then no tax will be deducted. If the interest amount exceeded by 5,000, then you have to deduct the tax. But if the amount of interest is up to 5,000, you are not required to deduct tax on that interest paid. Okay. Then next is, if debenture has been issued by listed company but debenture is not listed. The debenture has been issued by listed company but debenture is not listed. So if the debentures are issued by listed company, the company is listed, but these debentures on which you are paying the interest amount, that debentures are not listed. Okay, whether in physical form or demat form, then no TDS interest up to 5,000. So 5,000 के interest तक आपको कोई भी TDS deduct नहीं करना है if you are paying interest on debenture which is issued by listed company but these debentures are not listed. Okay. Then next is, in all about three cases, the interest amount exceeds 5,000 and deduction would be on entire amount. In three condition में अगर आपका TDS amount 5,000 से exceed हो जाता है, तो सिर्फ exceed amount पे आप tax deduct करेंगे या whole amount पे? So the answer is आप whole amount पे tax deduct करेंगे. Let's suppose आपका interest amount है 8,000, तो आप सिर्फ 3,000 that is exceed amount 5,000 से exceed कितना करना है 3,000, तो सिर्फ 3,000 का आपको tax deduct नहीं करना है, आपको whole 8,000 पे tax deduct करना है. Okay. Then if any securities, shares, debentures, etc. is in demat form and listed, then there would be no TDS at all, that is without any twist. No TDS at all. If you are receiving any interest income or any dividend on shares and debentures is in demat form, the shares or debentures are those which are in demat form, not in physical form, and these shares and debentures are listed, then in that case all in any manner of government securities. If you are paying any interest on government securities, then in that case also you are not required to deduct tax on that interest payment. When the interest on securities is being received by the insurance company, then no TDS at all. When you are paying the interest amount to an insurance company, then in that case also you are not required to deduct that tax. So these are the exceptions of TDS on interest income. Okay. Then next is TDS on dividend. If you are paying dividend to your shareholders, then you have to deduct tax on that dividend. On which level or by which rate? So let's see. Who will be the deductor? An Indian company. If any Indian company is paying dividend to their shareholders, then that Indian company has to deduct the tax, and in that case, Indian company will be your deductor. Okay. Who will be the deductee? Any person being shareholder. Only resident. If the person whom you are paying the dividend, that person is the shareholder, and that shareholder must be resident only. Okay, if there is no resident shareholder, then this provision will not be applicable. Okay, if the shareholder is resident only, then in that case this provision will be applicable. Okay, when to deduct? आप कब TDS का deduction करेंगे? At the time of credit or the payment, whichever is earlier. Okay, so the time on which you are crediting that dividend to the person's account, on that time, or the payment or the time of payment, whichever is earlier will be the time or will be the date of deduction of tax. Rate of TDS on dividend is 10% if amount up to ₹2500. अगर आपका TDS dividend का amount 2500 है, then you have to pay the tax. You have not required to deduct tax. तो अगर आपका dividend का amount 2500 तक है, तो आपको कोई भी tax deduct नहीं करना. If that amount if exceeds then TDS on full amount, और ये amount डिविडेंड का अमाउंट 2500 से एक्सीड करता है, तो फुल अमाउंट से आपका 10% टैक्स डिडक्ट करा जाएगा. सपोज आपका अगर आप टीडीएस पे डिविडेंड पे कर रहे हो तो शेयर होल्डर को 2000, ओके, देन इन दैट केस 2000 पे कोई भी टैक्स टीडीएस नहीं लगेगा. और अगर आप पे कर रहे हो 3000 रुपीज एज अ डिविडेंड, तो 2500 से एक्सीड कितना कर रहा है? सिर्फ 500 रुपीज एक्सीड कर रहा है 3000 की केस. बट TDS किस पे लगेगा? 10% whole amount, so that means whole 3000. On whole 3000, 10% TDS will be deducted. Okay. Now there is some important note on TDS on dividend. So let's see what is it. So see, here deduction would be made only in case dividends which are covered under section 222 and the section 115 TDS. Because on rest all the dividends company itself pays the DDT and they are exempt in the hands of the shareholder. So where the dividend is provided under section if the deduction is covered under section 222E, that is already we have already discussed in income from other sources, that is dividend in the section 222. That's why I'm saying कि आप अगर ये चैप्टर आप पढ़ने जाते इससे पहले की सारी वीडियोस आप देखिए, फिर ये चैप्टर पढ़ने बैठिए, ये वीडियो देखते बैठिए. ठीक है. तो जो डिविडेंड हमने डिस्कस किया है सेक्शन 222 ए डिविडेंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड इन अदर सोर्सेस चैप्टर. सो अगर आपका डिविडेंड 222 ई में कवर होता है या आपका 115BB में कवर होता है, उन डिविडेंड्स पे कोई डिडक्शन चार्ज नहीं होगा. सिर्फ उन्हीं डिविडेंड्स पे आपको टैक्स डिडक्ट करना है, बाकी किसी भी डिविडेंड पे आपको टैक्स डिडक्ट नहीं करना है, क्योंकि उन डिविडेंड्स पे ऑलरेडी कंपनी टैक्स पे कर चुकी होगी, इसलिए शेयर होल्डर की कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं होगी उसके ऊपर टैक्स पे करने की. जो भी आपकी इनकम होगी, जो भी पेमेंट होगी ना, उसके ऊपर एक ही बार टैक्स डिडक्ट होगा. तो कंपनी पे कर दे उसके ऊपर टैक्स, या तो शेयर होल्डर को पे करना पड़े, या जिसको इनकम रिसीव हो रही है उसको पे करना पड़े. अगर आपके बिहाफ पे कंपनी पहले ही टैक्स पे कर चुकी है, तो अब आपको टैक्स पे करने की नीड नहीं. ओके, तो कंपनी सिर्फ डिविडेंड अंडर सेक्शन 222E एंड अंडर सेक्शन 115BB में ही टैक्स पेमेंट नहीं करती. अगर सारे डिविडेंड्स पे कंपनी टैक्स पे कर चुकी होती है. That's why there is no responsibility of shareholders to pay the tax. Okay, If dividend is being received by the insurance company, then no TDS at all. If you are paying the dividend amount to insurance company, then no TDS will be deducted. Okay. The next is TDS on interest other than the interest on security. If you are paying interest amount other than the interest on securities, then what will be the rate of deduction? Who will be the deductor? Who will be the deductee? So who will be the deductor? Any person other than individual and HUF. Any person other than the individual and HUF, but including 44A, individual and HUF. So who will be the person? If the deductor of the tax is other than person or other than individual or HUF, then in that case only you can cover under this section or under this rule. Who will be the deductee? Any person, resident only. So the person should be resident only. This section will not be applicable on those non-residents. Okay. When to deduct? When will you deduct the tax? At the time of credit or the payment, whichever is earlier. Rate of TDS is 10%. Now see, there is some important notes. There are also the exception in which no TDS under section 194A would be deducted on interest. These are as follows. तो कुछ exceptions है जिनके ऊपर TDS deduct नहीं होगा, जो interest income पे TDS deduct नहीं होगा. तो कौन सी ऐसी interest income है? क्योंकि when a payer is a banking company, then the payer is banking company, then no TDS have to be deducted. Cooperative society bank, post office, and the interest is being paid on time deposit up to rupees 10,000. But if amount exceeds rupees 10,000, TDS on whole amount, no TDS at all on interest on saving account. So, अगर आपका payer banking company है, any cooperative society bank है, any post office है, any interest which is paid on time deposit, FD or RD up to rupees 10,000, no TDS will be applicable. But if the amount exceeds 10,000, then you have to deduct tax on whole amount. Okay, no TDS at all on the interest on saving account. So saving account के interest पे भी आपको कोई TDS deduct. Okay. Yes. Then next is in any other type of interest up to rupees 5,000, no deduction. If exceeds, then on the whole amount you have to deduct the tax. So if you are paying interest up to rupees 5,000, no TDS will be deducted. And that amount is that interest amount is exceeded by rupees 5,000, then on whole amount you have to pay the deduction. You have to deduct tax. When interest is being paid to the cooperative society, insurance company, financial corporation, UTI, in that case also you are not required to deduct tax. When interest is paid by the firm to its partner, that is interest on loan or capital. If any firm paid some interest to its partner, then in that case also you are not required to deduct the tax on that interest payment. No TDS on interest on refund of income tax. If you are refunding, if there is some refund of income tax, then in that case also no TDS will be deducted on that interest. Interest on ZCB, that is zero coupon loan. So if you are paying any interest on GCB, zero coupon loan, in that case also you are not required to deduct the tax. Interest is paid by cooperative society to its members or another cooperative society. If any cooperative society paying interest to its member or any member of any other cooperative society, then in that case also on that interest payment you are not required to deduct the tax. Interest is paid on compensation of motor accident claim tribunal if interest is up to rupees 50,000. If exceeds, then TDS on whole amount. Interest paid on compensation of motor accident claim tribunal if interest is up to. Okay, if you are paying any interest on the compensation which you give for the motor or accident claim, then in that case, if that interest amount is up to 50,000, then no tax will be deducted. If that amount is exceeded by rupees 50,000, then on whole amount you will charge the tax and you will deduct the tax. Okay. The next is TDS on winning from lottery, card games, etc. So who will be the deductor? Any person can deduct the tax on that income. Who is paying the who is paying that amount or that winning amount. Okay. So if you are paying amount on winning from lottery or card games, then in that case who will be the deductor? Any person can be deducted. Who will be the deductee? Any person resident or non-resident both. Okay. On resident also tax TDS shall be deducted even if price is not fully in money. The FMV of the price shall be considered for TDS deduction. So, if the amount of price is not in monetary terms, then in that case also TDS will be deducted. Now, on which amount TDS will be deducted? So, the term is not in money. That's why the fair market value of that price will be deducted. Suppose आपको price में एक flat मिल रहा है, okay? तो उस flat अब आपको monetary term में तो मिला नहीं है flat, तो किस amount के ऊपर tax charge करेंगे आप? तो उसके लिए आप देखेंगे same similar जो उसका flat उसके पास में जो flat है उसकी fair market value आपकी जो flat है उसका market value क्या चल रहा है उसके ऊपर आप tax deduct करेंगे, okay? Then TDS on winning from horse races under section 194. So, if you pay some amount on the competition of horse races, then that is who will be the deductor? Any person, being the license holder or for horse races. Who will be the deducting? Any person, resident or non-resident. When to deduct? At the time of sale. Rate of TDS will be 30%. Up to 10,000 no TDS, and if such amount is exceeded by 10,000, then on whole amount you will pay the you will deduct the tax that is rate with the rate of 30%. Okay. Then next is TDS on payment of payment to contractor. If you are paying any amount to your contractor, then what will be the provision of TDS? Who will be the deductor? Any person. Who will be the deductee? Any person resident only. Okay. So this provision will also not applicable on non-resident. When to deduct? At the time of credit or payment, whichever is earlier, this TDS will be deducted or this tax will be deducted. The rate of TDS will be when receiver is Indian or actual, then 1%. When receiver is it's not Indian, when receiver is individual or actual, then 1% rate of TDS will be there. In the case of received by any other person other than individual and actual, then the TDS rate will be 12 to 2%. If amount paid is up to 30,000 per contract or 1 lakh per year, then no TDS. If you have paid the amount 30,000 per contract, or if you talk about the yearly wise, if you are paying amount 1 lakh per year, up to that amount, no TDS will be deducted. But if amount exceed by 30,000 or 1 lakh, whichever the case may be, then on whole amount or entire amount TDS will be deducted. Now there is some important rules for the in the case of contract. So in the case of job work, if the contract is for job work, then the invoice separately shown the amount charged by the job worker and value of materials, then TDS should be deducted on amount charged only. So if your contract is for doing a specific job, then the amount which is charged in invoice by the job worker and the value of material, you will add both amount, the value of material and the job worker charge that amount. On that you have to pay the you have to charge the TDS amount or TDS. On that amount you have to deduct the tax or you have to charge TDS. Okay. When there is no such separation, then TDS should be charged on the entire amount. So including value of material, जब आपको ऐसे separately भी invoice नहीं कि value of material के लिए अलग material जो है आपको suppose आपने एक building construction आप contractor ने आपको क्या किया, एक bill बना के दिया separate अपनी फीस का और एक बना के दिया जो भी material आपका building में लगा है on that. Okay, तो आप क्या करेंगे, उन दोनों values को add करेंगे और total amount से आप TDS deduct करेंगे. Okay, but अगर separately आपको नहीं बना के दिया जाता है invoice, तो आप whole amount जो भी आपको whole amount है उसके ऊपर आप TDS deduct. No TDS should be charged or amount paid to the contractor by individual obligor for any service are the some provisions